bro, Voltron is good, and you should feel good. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to review a little bit about Voltron. I'm going to give you a Season 3 spoiler-free review. But Ethan, you've already talked about Voltron, and you're probably going to talk about Voltron with David again on the podcast. Yes, I realize that. But on the podcast, when we review things, we often spoil things, because I feel like that's what you have to do if you're going to have an intelligent conversation with someone about what's going on in the show. To talk about what happened, or how characters react to a certain situation, or where the show is going to go after this big event happened, things like that. I feel like it's not really useful to have a conversation where you don't spoil things. And that's what we do on the show. We have conversations about stuff. So instead of doing that, instead of doing a spoiler-free thing on the show, we're going to do a spoiler-free thing right here on the YouTubes. Because I believe there's also merit in doing spoiler-free things to help people decide if they want to get into something, right? So that's what I'm going to do right here, right now, for Voltron Season 3. And for anyone that doesn't know what Voltron is, Voltron's a cool show about a giant robot made up of several other less giant but still giant robots piloted by 5 people. The Paladins of Voltron. The robot's named Voltron. Anyways, so it's a really cool show, and Season 3 is really awesome. First off, it's shorter, so it's probably less than half of what we're used to getting from the first 2 seasons. And the reason they've given for doing that is so that they can put them out more quickly, and there's less downtime or wait time between seasons. That's a good thing about that. One downside, I think, to having shorter seasons, though, is that we're not going to be able to get a full story arc, I think, in each season now, like we were used to in the first 2 seasons. But that's not the worst thing ever. Season 3 is really fun. It's really interesting. It's, from what I can tell, I don't want to call it like a trailer or a teaser or anything like that, but it's kind of a waiting period. It's an option. It's a time for viewers, us, to get used to the new dynamic of the show. The things sort of change in the good guys team as well as the bad guys team. And we see people reacting to a new dynamic. And this sort of gives you the opportunity to absorb all of that. It answers a lot of questions. It also gives you some more questions to ask, which is cool. That's fine. But it's super fun, just like we're used to having in the first 2 seasons. The character interactions are still great. The animation is still solid. The story is still fun. But again, it doesn't come to a real solid conclusion at the end of the season. But that's probably a lot similar to what we're going to start getting or start seeing with these shorter seasons, which is fine. Voltron, though, it's a lot of fun. If you haven't watched it yet, you've been like, oh man, Ethan, I'm an adult. I ain't got time to go on Netflix and watch stuff. Just stop. Just stop whatever adult thing you're doing and go watch this show, because it's real good. Get it knocked out. It's just 7 episodes. It's real easy. And once you're done, let us know how you feel about it. Tell us down there where all the comments go how you're feeling about stuff. And just know that this show is awesome. Again, if you haven't seen it yet, it's just an awesome show about 5 people, and well, more than 5 people, sort of learning how to be a team, learning how to care about other people in some cases, learning that they don't have to just care about themselves, and learning that they can have a very strong, good impact on the lives of thousands of people by being selfless and by serving and by fighting evil, which is fun. The show is full of mechs and magic and aliens. They go all over the universe. I think that's something that's really cool about the show, is that the scope is really large and they could go to tons of different places. Season 3 is real fun. You should definitely get into it. And luckily for us, Season 4 isn't very far away. It's going to come out in October, supposedly. They haven't named a date specifically in October, but October is when Season 4 should hit Netflix, which is cool. Product of making seasons shorter, you can get them out faster. So I expect that to be just as good. But again, let us know what you think down in the comments. this is just something we're trying out, this video. Hopefully you like it. We put out our podcast weekly, but we also want to do little videos like this, so you may see more of this in the future. If it's good, if you like it, you'll see more of me, or possibly David, or the both of us doing whatever. But anyways, I am Ethan. I'm one of those nerds you know, and thanks for watching.